let's talk about Vargas for a little while, beginning with Navansh. It is considered to be the most important Varga chart after, of course, we see once we look at the Rashi chart. What is your experience in terms of how Navansha should be used? When should it be used? For what specific aspects of life it should be used? And what is the overall significance of Navansha chart?
It's a very tall order. Anyhow, I will try to try to concise it. Navansha, without Navansha, there is no sense in considering horoscope. Though some persons may consider on the basis of Nadi, etc. But that refinement would not come unless one sees the Navansha. Navansha is the refined engine for assessing the speed and quality of movement of car. Or you can say it's a heart which pumps the blood in the body. Without body, heart is no use. And similarly, without heart, the body is of useless. So they are so interdependent. In order to find oneself, one has to look into the heart. So in order to find the value of the chart, one has to look into the Navansha. That is one aspect. Then, just see, Navansha has been, in order to see the value of a planet, evaluating a planetary strength, Navansha gives a very good clue as to how it's going to work. Supposing Mars is in Aries Navansha.
Okay.
It is a fire, Balvagni you may call it, which burns the jungles of the jungles.
Okay.
But in case the same Mars is in Leo Navansha, it is not that, that may not cause that harm to that extent. And in case, then it is a fire which is preserving, heat which is needed for the body, and which provides vitamin D. Then when it comes to Dhanu, all the three are Agni.
Right.
All the three are Agnis. But the fire of Jupiter is fire of Jeev, which preserves the body, and it's a fire of kitchen.
It's a nurturing fire.
It's a method. So the two fires are helpful. The Mars in Aries Navansha may cause damage sometime, provided only one thing, that it is not Yogarak.
Okay.
Then it may convert. There may be a factory in which a lot of fire is used, and production is increased. He is earning crores and crores and crores of money by just firing some wood in here and there. Say in the case of ripples. Say in this sugar factories, etc., etc. So these things have to be considered. By seeing only in Mesh, you cannot distinguish between the three kinds of fires.
Okay, we have to see the functional beneficence of the planet.
Yes, we will have to see the things in not only function, the background in which it is placed, or the focus where it is throwing light. So similarly, Mars would be Vargottama in Aries, in case it is in Aries. Vargottama is said to be very good thing. Maybe very good thing for him, but not for others. It may raise his stature to anything, but people would be very much afraid of him. He may be a very good general, killing so many persons. So he may reach that stage, there is no doubt. But Vargottama in Mesh arises different. Vargottama, Mars is in Leo, is totally different. And Vargottama, Mars in Dhanu is another different thing. This is one aspect of the matter. Then you see, take sun. Sun is exalted in Mesh. The sun brings in a lot of heat. The person, in case he becomes angry, then he would not see what he is doing. But in case it is in Leo, Vargottama in Leo, it may mean a person who is self-restrained and dignified. In case it is in Dhanu, then it again make a difference. If Jupiter is in Aries, then it may create problem. And what may happen? Too much of fire is not needed for Jeev. If there is too much of fire, then there may be problem in procreation also. It is, in case it is in Leo, children may be there, but number will be less. But in case is Dhanu, is Vargottama in its own sign, there may be numerous children. So these are the similarity. If you see this very Mars is in Pushkar Navamsa, in case is in Tula. The Hitler Mars has been domesticated and made social. Then it is again in Pushkar Navamsa, in case it is in Dhanu. Then this very Mars behaves in a dignified manner, becomes a knowledgeable person. So these make the difference. Each planet takes a color from Navamsa. You cannot ignore Navamsa unless and until you want to ignore details. In case you want to ignore details, you can work on just by seeing the birth chart.
So how should we reconcile a planet in a different Rashi, in a different sign in Rashi chart, and a completely different sign in Navamsa chart? How do we reconcile the two?
Just see.
Does the person evolve to the state of Navamsa over time?
Supposing Mars is forming Ruchak Yoga.
Okay. In Rashi chart?
In Rashi chart.
Okay.
Right. And in case it goes to Leo,
Navamsa.
Leo Navamsa, then the Mars may become a leader and may hold a official position. If it is in Mesh Rashi alone, then he may become a general. In case it is in Dhanu, then blend Mars and Jupiter. Mars has a quality of logic, very logical. In case and the Jupiter has got wisdom, Shastra. So he may be very learned in Shastras, and nobody may be in a position to meet his logic and enter into his Shastras with him.
Right.
But these are the changing. The Ruchak Yoga is there. In all the three Navamsa they will be there. But the effect would be totally different.
Let's say a planet is in a fiery Rashi in D1, and in Navamsa it might go to an Earth sign.
No.
Does it? Will it get channelized? Initiate?
Just wait. If it is in Rashi chart is Agni Tattva Rashi.
Agni Tattva Rashi, right.
And it goes to Jal Tattva Rashi. The question to be seen is whether the fiery planet is stronger than the planet where it has gone. Supposing you put a red hot iron in a cup of water. Then it will be reduced. Heat will be reduced.
And there will be transference also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But what will happen to the water?
Absolutely.
So water would
Yes.
become a...
Colonrol.
Yes.
Yes.
But in case that very rod, iron rod, is put in a tank of water, then the heat would be lost. So this comparative value of the two kinds of planets is required to be seen. It is not static, and one should not be dogmatic in its approach that because it is far shine it will cause problem. It may cause a boiling water. But water would remain water.
Right.
Maybe slightly hot.
Yeah, that's a good metaphor. So should we say the D1 chart is the initiation of that Agni, and then its transference and the channelization happens in the D9?
Yes.
So it's basically the results. What we say, the D9 is the fruit.
Huh.
So it's the results and the
Yes, that's it.
channelization that we see
That's it.
there.
D9 is a fruit, no doubt, but it has to be seen in the light of other circumstances, attending circumstances also. For in case we consider Vargas in isolation, then we are likely to be misled. This is one aspect. I will come to this part later on. But initially, comparative strength is required to be seen. A planet which has got little value in circle and the other has got higher value in circle, the higher value would prevail and little value would have to surrender before the value of the year. This has to be kept in mind. Supposing Venus, Mars is in Meena. Now I am taking you to Satyachara.
Okay.
If Jupiter is in the sign of Leo, along with Sun and Ketu, Jupiter has been converted into fire.
Okay.
This is Dharam Parivartana. So if it has itself, Jupiter has itself converted into fire.
First by Rashi and then the dispositor
Yes. Then,
itself being there.
then what will happen? Lake may dry up. In case you put a red hot iron in a dry lake, it would remain hot. Though you have thrown it in a lake.
Mars in a watery Rashi.
Yes. But it would remain hot. That this aspect must be considered before saying that the heat has been just wiped out.
So it
So
is.
this is again the comparative value. Whether the Jupiter continues to be water or it has been converted to heat and there is क्या कहते हैं सूखा पड़ गया.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jupiter, the planet will change its dharam parivartan, its tattvas, by moving to a certain Rashi and association with certain planets. What will be the effect on its lordship, the Rashis?
Rashi. Suppose Mars is the Jupiter. Mars is in sign of Jupiter. So what will happen? Jupiter will put something which may appear to be parallel wisdom. But that shall be so hot, like an angry headmaster, creating terror amongst the students.
Okay.
Who does not bother about children of the school. That would be the attitude.
And if Jupiter's Rashis are not disposed by any planet, and Jupiter has become fiery, with the example of Leo and Sun and Ketu conjunction that you
That's
gave,
it.
what will be the effect on Jupiter's Rashis in those cases?
Supposing Jupiter mean falls in, say, 5th house,
Okay.
and Jupiter goes to Leo, accompanied by Ketu. In Navamsa, I am just talking about Navamsa. Then there may be difficulty in procreation. For the liquidity in the body may not be there. Sufficient liquidity to keep the sperm alive. Or supposing there is a conception, even then there may be a problem. So this aspect has to be taken into consideration. Maybe now we have entered into an area which relates to medical astrology.
Yes, but it's very interesting, the synthesis of different combinations and influences. That is very interesting, and how one has to use that in Navansh, and the channelization.
And then just see, supposing a planet is debilitated Navansha, debilitated Rashtrayan, and it becomes exalted in Navansha, then initially it may cause problem. But later on it takes the man to a great height.
One has also seen that debilitated planets in Navansh give very
No.
good results, Rajyog
Yes.
results,
In case they become exalted, then they give extremely good results.
even better than debilitated. So both are giving. So the principle
Another-
of cancellation of debilitation is applying in Navansh also then.
Yes, there is that is one controversial point which may not people many people may not like it, may controvert it. For it is an extension of the principle of the applicable to D1 chart, to Navansha chart. But at two places I have read in notable horoscopes where Dr. Raman has applied the principle of Nijman in Navansha
In
chart.
Navansh.
And also at another place, another principle was applied, extending the ordinary rule of D1 chart to Navansha chart. So it is, and matter of fact, whatever the rule is applicable in D1 chart, you may call it Brahman for the purpose of division charts. That shall, all those principles shall apply and are applying in division charts.